From the Inter-American Division of Seventh-day Adventists, Mission Projects Incorporated presents Where Angels Tread, a filmed report of some of God's work in southern Mexico. Film production by David L. Gates. The USA's closest southern neighbor, Mexico, is a land of different topography and culture, filled with people of diverse ethnic origin, all active and doing things, but precious in God's sight, candidates for heaven. There are millions of children, beautiful and bright. They will be leaders and decision makers soon. Will the church be able to provide for them? There is so much to do, so many ordinary tasks to carry out. While people look on, they also want answers. They're curious about what Adventists know that they don't.
Hello, I'm David Gates, administrator of Bella Vista Missionary Projects, clinic, school, and aviation program located in southern Mexico among some of the world's neediest people. What you're about to see in the next 20 minutes is a story of God's work in a remote corner of His vineyard. It's a thrilling story involving people, lots of people, all working together to hasten Christ's second coming. This particular missionary adventure could not have happened were it not for the far-sighted pioneers like the Darrell Edwards and Elwin Norton families, who decades ago laid the groundwork in sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears, and whose grown children have helped to carry it forward. Elwin Norton made the supreme sacrifice, gave his life there in a tragic missionary aviation accident on a mountainside overlooking one of his beloved valleys. A widow, 3 sons and a daughter now wait impatiently for the resurrection. I know many others will come from those hills and valleys in southern Mexico to greet him on that bright morning when Jesus comes. Now, travel with us as we show you some of those isolated missionary paths where still the angels tread.
Seventh-day Adventist institutions and organizations have been privileged and prospered in North America. Well-appointed buildings and furnishings attest to maturity and capacity. Transportation needs are often more than met with the options available. Beauty and comfort is ours. Even prestige may be attractive. All of which inevitably impact on resources and talents trusted to us by God. Many of our churches are well planned, and we have no reason to be ashamed to call them God's house. We dress well, we eat well, good health care is available. We even live a few years longer than our neighbors. God has blessed us. But there is dramatic contrast with the wealth of most of the rest of the world, where the majority of Seventh-day Adventists and other Christians, our brethren, live. Let's travel by mission plane now to the land of the Aztecs, as the well-developed countryside of our homeland passes below on our flight south. Some clouds are encountered. We climb above them, and a light rain shower off the left side creates a rainbow off the wingtip, a promise of God's care on this missionary venture. After hours of flying, the terrain of the Mexican countryside is visible. The clouds retreat and we begin our descent. Bella Vista, our destination, with its small hospital, nursing school, and boarding academy, is just a few miles north of the Guatemalan border, but still inside Mexico. With the grass runway dead ahead, we see the campus coming up on the right side. Buildings are simple, tastefully laid out. This is one of several projects sponsored by MPI in Mexico, as well as the La Loma Luz Hospital in Belize, Central America. There, work is developing, while other fields also call for help. Not all mission strips are as easy to land on as this one at Bella Vista. Mission pilots need skill and a steady hand. Taxiing into the hangar takes a few minutes. College student and aspiring mission pilot John Kerb's premature death led to a memorial fund that provided a new engine for this aircraft. In late 1985, David and Becky Dirksen Gates, both second-generation missionaries and nurses, accepted an invitation to come to Bella Vista to help direct its programs. The Academy dining room and cafeteria are simple mission field architecture. Not many conveniences, but enough are installed to provide basics. Young people like to eat 3 times a day, and that's a heavy responsibility for any school family.
Falso verdadero. Mycobacterium tuberculosis.
Some 30 nursing students have separate classes in medical disciplines, though they share instructors and dormitory facilities with about 45 other academy enrollees. The nursing students work in the surgical instrument supply and preparation room. Mission hospitals can't afford the disposable surgical gowns and sheets used so regularly in stateside institutions. This solar energy-powered clothes dryer hasn't malfunctioned for a long time at the hospital laundry. Along with academic and work activities are civic and patriotic duties, like the Monday morning flag raising by the students. Annual picnic time with its bag race is an exciting event. Missionary outreach is organized for Sabbath afternoons. The students use the school pickup as a bus, though the fellows riding in the back get a good dusting during the trip.
Nos vienen diciendo de una forma dramática y angustiosa que este mundo está viejo y que está necesitando.
Visiting preachers and evangelistic meetings add a lot to religious functions for the youth.
Renovador, creador de aquel que hizo los cielos y la tierra.
A male student duet provides music for the Academy Chapel worship service. Hands as well as hearts need training. Carpentry is learned on the job. Old-time methods of bean planting are still employed where terrain features require it. A modern John Deere tractor belongs to the school. Campus construction requires student labor to sift sand and separate out river stones. The small dairy of brown Swiss cows provides milk for the dining room and the faculty. Corn picking time comes once a year, and all the students get a day off from classes to help bring in the crop. Shelling the corn is mechanized and just a little easier on the hand. Missionary medical work, not just medical work, is the right arm of our message. This single-story building houses a 20-bed clinic, surgery, obstetrical section, and nursery for newborns. The entrance has a simple sign to identify it. The waiting room is just inside. A nurse calls a waiting patient to see the physician who is caring for outpatients at this time of day. Hospital rounds by Dr. Mauricio include all those who need attention. This child places his trust and confidence in the loving faces and hands of caring Christians. He waits for them to decide his fate.
¿Cuántas veces hizo anoche del baño? Esperemos que se recupere usted completamente, ¿verdad?
Volunteer physicians spend a few weeks each year, like this anesthesiologist from Alaska, Dr. Weichel, whose assistance is deeply appreciated. Also, Loma Linda University medical students plan yearly trips to Bella Vista. Dr. Mauricio, the medical director, operates, doing all kinds of general surgery like this bowel anastomosis on a seriously ill woman. Surgical scrub hats, missionary brand, come in all colors and kinds. Even people come in different sizes. The case is finished and the anesthesia is wearing off. The patient is ready to be transferred to her bed in the ward. The IV stays with her post-operatively. Even a donated old-time stretcher is useful here out on the missionary frontier. As the wound closes well, dressings are changed just before the patient goes home. Dental students from Loma Linda University make trips to Bella Vista outposts like this one in Sabanilla, where Dr. Hay, an American Adventist physician, works year-round. The students are intense in their service and care. Hold your own table lamp, for light is the rule here. Load her up, let's go. To San Lorenzo, a village 1 hour flying time away out in the mountains where Adventist believers live, very isolated from the rush of traffic, telephones, sirens, and smoke. The Norton and Edwards families chose this lovely location for the Bella Vista project years ago, among the mountains and beautiful valleys. Our plane rises toward the sky with its precious cargo on its way to San Lorenzo. That light green postage stamp ahead, that's where this aircraft will be in 30 seconds. Stop, I want off. Mission pilots must be checked out by the Andrews University Mission Pilot Aviation Program. The church wants everyone to come home safely. So, Here we go. Cargo and supplies are so welcome in this lonely spot.
Muy bien. A ver, ¿quién va a cargar? Nosotros. Nosotros.
This big event of the day brings the ladies along with the men to see what's happening down at the airstrip. Hydroelectric power is a dream half realized for our believers in San Lorenzo. Someday, we may be able to help them put this back in operation. Back at the village, 2 Loma Linda students give dental care. And now, at day's end, Dave's nursing background is used to check this old man's complaints moments before the flight home. It's time to go. Goodbye, brethren. Goodbye, San Lorenzo. If God permits, we'll be back soon. God's world is full of creatures, including man. Man made in God's own image. Young people need to learn to work. They need a Christian education. And they need elevated goals of service to others. Yes, God's work is really people, lots of people, but one ministry in 1,000 forms. The sun is setting on this old world. War, famine, earthquake, pestilence, and there's so much yet to be done. We can hear the footsteps of our approaching King. Will you resolve to work while it is day? Many will come from the east and the west and from the north and the south to sit down in Christ's kingdom. Will you be there? If you would like to participate in Mission Projects Incorporated or just receive a newsletter each month, just ask for it. It's free. Write to this address. Mission Projects Incorporated. Post Office Box 2111, Harrison, Arkansas, 72601.